Should I hide the bottle? Too late.
You're gonna hide it and do what?
No, I don't,
Surprise!
Oh yeah, because this is a
Surprise!
This is a stinking unicorn. So, welcome back to Less Cash More Mash. My name's Tom. And today we're cracking open a bottle, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, of Stagg Jr. So when we started this channel, I said to myself, you know, there's certain bottles we're just not going to get. We're just not going to get because I'm not.
Have to shout out to this place too. So
I'm not going to pay secondary prices and crazy prices like that. You know, a little bit over MSRP, I can eat. You know, I get it. But I just told myself in doing this, you know, there's so much good bourbon out there. I'm not going to pay 50 times higher than what.
What the hell is this?
That's why I told you I need a new pair. These are terrible.
Terrible. Yes.
Yeah, they're all
anyway,
bent up.
keep going.
Anyways, so this is Stagg Jr. Now, this is made by Buffalo Trace. This is 128.7 proof. Mike scored this, and I say scored, for $43.99. Huge find at
JD's Package Store in Waterboro, Maine.
Yep.
And so the Maine boys that did send us a message.
I hate them already.
That he said he can get you whatever you want in time. So he had a very good variety. He still had Elijah B series. So you can get a pretty good variety pack. If you're anywhere near, I don't know where you said you said you were in Central Mass. Central Maine.
I don't know who
it might be. Well, we had a comment, and he said I'm in Maine, and they got Jack, and he's not lying. Okay. In the middle of Maine.
Yep.
Or even where I was at, you probably have to go to Bangor. You probably have to go to.
This is kicking my ass. I'm gonna try to just.
It's good. I can babble on.
But go ahead.
So try JD's. He was. Right. The girls were very, very helpful, and they have stuff in the back. If it's not up.
And so you just went up, asked, and they were like, "Sure, we got this."
Well, so they had the Elijah.
Yeah.
It was in the back, so they still have three of the B's Elijah. If you want a barrel-proof Elijah, it's there. And I said, "What else do you have hidden in the back?" And I started mentioning different. I tried Booker's, Stagg. She's like, "Wait, I have a Stagg." I'm like, "You do?" And I was like, "How much?" And it was like a phenomenal price. So then I kept going. What else do you have? But I think she probably thought maybe we were going to sell aftermarket. So
right.
I'll try to reach out to them and say that that's not what we do. But we will go into that category next. Go ahead.
All right. No, I'm just going to give my fun
I'm
facts.
excited.
I want to try it. I actually already popped it.
I know nothing about the
zero
bottle.
pop. It didn't even make a. But anyway, so it's cask strength, aged about 8 to 9 years. It's Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1, which I don't think anyone even knows what that mash bill is, but they have certain mash bills that go in certain things. It's released 2 times a year in limited qualities. Sometime this year, they're actually, because right here it's still got the junior, and I think they're actually taking the junior away. They're just going to call this Stagg, and then its big brother is George T. Stagg, and that's just the same thing, I believe, just aged longer. That's a better pop than the last one. So I will say the cover on the cork was rough, and it did not want to come off. That is my one downfall of this one so far.
If you had glasses, it might have been easier. Who knows?
No, the pull tab pulled, and it came right off. And that was the end of that. So then I had to dig and scrape and stuff like that. But could have been human error. We'll go with that. I'm not going to gig it.
Say noses.
I'm not going to gig it on that.
Very good.
But it is definitely, well, it's 128 proof, so it's got to be bringing something.
Besides a mess? Yeah, you got that.
All right, so I might have spilled a little bit.
We're good. It's all my fingers.
It?
I'm good.
All right. So, wow. This was definitely one that I had said, love to have one, don't think I'll ever get one, because I wasn't sure we'd ever find it under, hundreds of dollars. And huge find. Got to give Mike credit where credit is due. He's a whiskey hunting champion over here. He's scoring some big
It's
bottles. It's a little
bit of a shopping journey.
Yep.
Not always my favorite. My
But
wife's
you know what?
favorite little journey to do on a vacation, but it's
The one good thing is that's sometimes where you're gonna find the gems. Is in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean?
That's a
Where
yes
they're-
and no.
Sometimes.
Because I've been to a lot, and they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Just about everyone put that video out, so I didn't want to do like your tips and tricks of
No,
trying
so
to find.
if you go, to, I can
bourbon,
tell you
but-
this: if you go to a liquor store and there's like
Something
Jack
really
Daniels,
good
Jim
knows.
Beam, 10 High, and say 6 others, no Empire, no Isaac Bowman, no Angel's Envy, basically, pretty much, they'll have a Makers, they'll have a Woodford, and that's the extent of it. Then you're not gonna find any of these. I can almost guarantee you that.
I'm gonna say, wow. Have you tried this?
No, I'm
Holy
babbling.
shit.
I'm talking more than I ever had. That's
He is talking up a storm. I'm just gonna sit over here and drink.
The nose is fantastic.
No, screw the nose. Get it in your gullet. Oh my god. It's still in my mouth. I drank this a good half a minute ago. We might actually found one that can take down Booker's. We haven't found any that can actually. They can compete. We haven't actually done it.
This one's probably pretty close.
Man, does this have some hang time in this one?
Oh, it's here. It's here.
Huge flavor. I took a baby sip and it just sat on my tongue.
Well,
for
imagine you did a
days.
shot of this one.
It'd wake you up.
Well, I'm just thinking back in the day, well, let's do a shot of Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated it. Mm-hmm. And it was like fiery as can be. Now it'd be okay. This one, you'd be smoking right now. If we did this whole shot right now, you'd be smoking.
Well, you say that, but as hot as it is, it actually hit me on the front. I just swirled that.
Don't tell me if you did this whole thing right now.
Oh, no, you'd feel
It's
it.
gonna it's
you
gonna hit right
here.
here.
We go.
Yeah, it's gonna hit right there.
No. This is the hottest one we've done.
The nose.
128 proof, though.
Is it?
It's got to be up there. One of the hottest ones we've done. I don't think we've gone over 121. I can see why people rave about this. We're not going to tell you anything that nobody's ever said. This is definitely one of them bottles where, let's put it this way.
It's still not harsh though. It's not like
No,
in your tongue, drinking wise. Yes, 128.
Well, that's why.
But it's not. It hits here more than here.
I'm not even getting a huge Kentucky
No, it's
hug.
more on my neck.
To me, it's a bounty full of flavor. It actually hit the
Or numbness.
I got the tip of my tongue, which normally I get that from Rise, but this one actually jumped on the tip of my tongue. But what I was trying to say was, for 128 proof, this drinks less than that. Like I'd put it in the anywhere from the 115 to 121s like we normally do. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say you're not gonna bring it down.
No, I'm not gonna go that much further.
It's not gonna go to an 80.
No, but you know what? When you drink, when you take that first thing of rare breed, you haven't drank anything at all throughout the day. Sometimes that'll hit you, and that's 115. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or Booker's when you go, or any other like the 120 knob. This
I was when you said
think
rare
this-
breed, I was thinking 101, and then yes, the first time.
It kind of it's like hold on, what
But
is that?
it doesn't hang because like I'm little baby step, and it's still like it is still like neck to chest. If we did, I'm have to just do it, but I don't because this is who knows when I'm gonna get another one of these. So
That's
we are gonna get another.
That, no, 100%. This was 100% Mike. We're gonna boop, boop, we'll give him one of these. No, with this, again, you found this. I give a 100% credit where credit is due. At a phenomenal price because these are going for way more than that. So, but that's MSRP, I believe. It's right around.
Even with this, I mean, it took. So I was on a 2-week vacation in Maine, and I probably hit 11 little local stores. And honestly,
thank you, Brenda, for that. By the way,
no. But
she could have bitched, whined, and complained, and not let you do
no.
it.
Well,
so thank you.
we went
say
shopping.
thank you.
We went to different areas. And while we were there, obviously, I'd say, what's the liquor store? Can we hit a liquor store? And, okay. But anyway, even in Biddeford, which is way more populated than where we were, Waterboro is very, obscure. This guy specializes. He says he can get you what you want if you put your name in it. So, A+ to that store, JD's. in Waterboro.
No, A plus, because he's selling it at a legitimate price. Too.
Well,
I don't know what actual MSRP is, but he's not far off. I think it was in that general range, like maybe.
It was in the back. It's not
40.
up front, so you have to know what you're looking for. Again, he had the Elijah Craig's B 3 deep. Actually, that's where we found the C. I had to dig, but I knew what I was looking for. I knew what I wanted, and
that was cheaper than around here too.
it was
$10 cheaper than what all the other ones.
I actually got to reach out and see if they'll ship, because they've been pretty decent. If that's the way they're going to deal with things, I'd pay for the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, not your problem, ours.
It's all part of this whiskey journey, and it's one of them learning lessons. But I still can't believe it's here.
The whiskey in Maine, though, is very, very sparse. Maybe it gets better as you go to Portland, because they're going to sell more, and it's more populated. Where Waterboro and where we were.
I mean, think about it. If you had a liquor store, you're only going to bring in stuff that people want. So if everyone's drinking rum, you're not going to order whiskey. You're going to get all the rum that you can get and all this stuff.
So actually,
you know what I mean?
The local store in Limerick actually said they were interested in the channel, and they were actually said what's out there, because they don't even know. They only bring in, because they sell Jack Daniels, they sell Woodford, they sold
This is
Makers. So those are like their top high-end ones that they sold. They didn't know anything about Twisted Tea, but they sold a shitload of Twisted Tea. I don't know if it goes to Maine. I
don't think Maine was one of the.
If it
was
goes
New England,
to Maine, you guys would. I told her she'd make a killing. So
I don't remember what the states. I have to go back on my research. I think Pennsylvania was definitely one, but I don't remember.
Literally, they had a refrigerator from like a stand-up refrigerator of all the different Twisted Teas in cases or 12 packs. So they sell a shitload of Twisted Tea. So if they got the whiskey, they make a killing.
I don't want to say this is my new favorite,
listening,
but this is. I almost killed my glass. This is crazy good.
I was babbling too much.
No, you keep babbling. This is funny to actually see that you're this
the nose,
is crazy good.
The nose is like phenomenal too. Like
hands down, it's definitely
it's no alcohol though.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
That's the killer.
No, it's 100% flavor, and even drinking it, there's so much flavor. It almost masks.
You know what's weird?
That's what I was trying to say. It is 128 proof.
This will go way back for you and I. You remember Gramp he smoked a pipe? Mm-hmm. It has like that tobacco, like a weird, whatever he used to do, tobacco smell. I have that.
Well, he had apple. He always put apple in his tobacco.
I don't know what.
No, so we used to, as a kid, we always bought him apple tobacco.
So and he's like, I don't remember that. That is going to be. I'll get this a million times.
And so we always bought him like apple flavored tobacco. And then one year when we got old enough, he's like, "Listen, guys, just get me regular tobacco. I don't like the apple one." We're like, "It always smells like apples," because he always put apple peels, like apple slices in it, because it kept it moist. So that it wouldn't, like when you light it, it would. So that was like the whole thing, and I was like, oh, so we're idiots. He's like, no, it's good, but like just don't spend the extra money, just get the regular. But he always put like an apple slice in it so that it would keep it moist. I'm not a pipe smoker, but
that was just my little history back in the day of that's what it brings
I'm trying to get there, because when people say tobacco, I never think of that. But now that you just brought that story,
it's a tobacco of like a pipe tobacco.
Because they used to have it on their end table and underneath, and you could go there, and smell it like little villains.
I don't know if anybody else has that review.
Yeah. This
along with all the vanillas and everything.
It's a full bounty of flavors.
Too bad, Charlie, because I know you're gonna keep talking. So
full bounty of flavors.
He's getting nothing. I'll give him some Indian Ranch. Indian Ranch is not even a liquor, but
I didn't know where you were going with that.
It's what came to mind.
Okay, no, it's all over my hands now. So just for the record, no, it is definitely
nothing.
Okay, here it is. It's always the second one. I'm telling you, it's a curse.
Now I want more.
So far this year. I can see why everybody
will be making a phone call.
I can see why everybody wants this, because So far this year, there hasn't been anything. And don't get me wrong, we haven't done like Elijah Craig versus, oh, did we do one of them? Elijah versus like a Booker's. We did, in Booker's 1. We didn't do them all, but we did head to head with 2 random ones. I think this would take the cake. This is definitely in the running. This is definitely in the running. This has
it's definitely in the running.
So much flavor.
But for some reason, I remember Booker's hanging on a little bit longer.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That'll have to be a future thing.
Knob?
We have been thinking of doing a show towards the end of the year of and I mentioned it in one of the last episodes of like our top, however many, say top 10.
Jumping out more.
Everything about this. And you know what? The more it sits in there,
the nose is crazy.
Because there is a fruity aspect to this too, though. Like you're getting not a banana fruit, but there is so much caramel. Like there is so much of the batter.
I'm getting everything else.
Every single thing.
I don't really get the fruit, but
I am. I'm getting like a little hint of.
I told you. Well, so I got the tobacco apple.
Could it be the apple? Is that what? Because maybe you put that in my head.
I am getting.
There is a slight fruit element. The actual drink of it, though, the viscosity, it sits in your mouth for days, and it does. Where he says it's burning the throat, it's because the flavor stays with you. Like sometimes it goes from your mouth to here, and it sits in your chest. This goes like this. You feel it the whole way down. Absolutely lovely.
The closest,
absolutely beautiful bottle.
Honestly,
beautiful bottle. It really is.
Knob might be the closest. I
think Booker's hangs as much as Knob. I think it actually hangs more because of the proof.
We did it
because of the proof.
But they're both the same, kind of.
I forget about the 120 proof.
That's what I'm comparing. I'm not comparing.
I thought you meant regular.
No.
Knob won so many of our things. And again,
that would be a killer blind.
Yeah, it would.
We have Booker's. Well, we'll have Alexa pick Booker's. Knob.
You're so welcome.
Stagg.
I always appreciate your kindness.
You're so sweet.
Yeah, she always listening.
You know what the kicker is? When I watch these videos at the house, I have obviously
one there, and she listens to you too when I say it.
She'll pick a number.
Of course she does. Because I have one downstairs. Oh, motorcycle. We don't like them. Well, that's good. I gotta be honest with you.
Right now we have to hide this because we can't get another one.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a problem. I know, honestly.
I'm gonna have to take it.
Honestly, yeah, like that'll make it back.
No, because I haven't hit my Bookers yet.
I don't. You can take it if you want. You bought it. I don't mind. I tell you that all the time. Take them all home. But honestly,
the nose is like even just sipping it.
Everything about this. This is just a full. You know, we've had some really good bourbons that came through here, and this is gotta be. It's definitely my best one today. I can tell you that. But I'm pretty sure that this would take the cake right here so far. And I didn't want to. Everyone jumps on a bandwagon and they say, "Oh, there's a reason everyone's raving about this thing. This is phenomenal."
Well, so that's the other kicker. So with this is $44, or I paid. That's $80. So that's double. So with less cash, more mash theory, yes, this is
100% buy all day long at that price. But you can leave a comment down below if you've ever seen this price for under hundreds of dollars, if not upwards of. I know some of the George T. Staggs are like thousands. They're like it.
I'll be contacted.
At this price, that's why when you sent me this picture, I'm like, how much? And you wrote the price, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is like MSRP. This is crazy. You don't usually see these, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is stuff that they put in for like lotteries and stuff. Like they don't ever have these on the shelf. They don't ever do that. You get these in lotteries.
The other groups, they do have that.
And they're always marked up. I mean, this is why I say this was a super find. So, especially at this price.
If you're going to try any of what we're trying to do,
one,
it's going to cost you a lot of money. But two, it's going to... It gets to be fun. But then again, you have to have a reference. You have to have somebody else. Because there's many times I'll go to a liquor store and either take a picture or say, is this right? Is this right? Is this close? Because he's home and... he can look it up quicker than I can. And it just, because we don't want to pay that $40 extra.
No, and that's just it.
10, 15, I don't even
that.
care. I can't say I don't care. I do care, but I mean, it's...
Let's put it this way. At $43.99,
smoke it.
compare this to Weller 12 that we paid. Well, you paid $42.99, and when we had paid, when you stole that one from you didn't steal it, but you got it from that one person. But all the other ones have been $59.99 that we had to get over here, which is still not outrageous for that. This smokes it.
Oh, yes,
smokes it all the way around.
Well, both proof and taste and
the
flavor
whole way around.
Yes.
So if you're gonna put this at a $43.99, this is blown away everything because of price and flavor and proof.
Thank you,
It
Jamie.
wins on every aspect of what we're looking to do. You know what I mean? Because again, I've always said this. You take this and you don't want the proof, you put a couple drops of water, throw it in an ice cube. This is
all
still
day long,
smoking.
you would be,
That's what I'm saying. This is
still be whistling
delicious. And you would drink half the stuff. So, again, I see why people rave about it, and I'm gonna have to get the bottle away from me because we can't pour another one. This, again,
it's
definitely.
Want to? Yeah, I would. I'd say you're all afternoon.
Definitely in the running for what's going to be one of our top. I can easily say it's in the top 3, probably 1 so far that we've had this year. I'm not going to sugarcoat.
I'm not even gonna try to say something could be better
At that price, at that proof, at this flavor.
Well, honestly,
I think
because even any of the Elijahs, the Larcenies, have all been higher priced.
As good as they are twice the price.
I don't know price, but they're
still
they're
upwards
up
of $60 to $70.
20,
yeah. You don't know. Again, this is the biggest find of the year. But if we're gonna do it, it's gonna be the best taste. This is hands down the biggest find, hands down.
Yeah.
I think it might be the best flavored, best taste, best all around. But this is the best score of the year. You're not gonna get anything for cheaper than this with this amount of proof, this amount of flavor, this amount of taste. This is the best find we've had so far. So, that being said,
it's not even a huge contact because
unfortunately, we're nowhere near it. Absolutely, and but it just goes to show a little hunting can go a long way sometimes. Where
I was so discouraged actually because I love Maine. It's one of my favorite little go-to states as far as vacations, and it was very limited where we were. And then all of a sudden, bing, out of a liquor store. It's an everything store in Maine. It has, you probably get a fish bowl from beer to the best sandwiches in that area, and great bourbons.
Tasting this good, I can see why people have racks of like Stagg Juniors up there. That is crazy good. This is crazy.
Yeah, we can't even get them.
Speaking of Maine, though, if you ever want a good nacho, you go to Bar Harbor Brewery. Has some of they had this nacho we ate for like 4 days. It came out, it was like this big. It was just an appetizer. One of the best nachos I've ever had.
That were foodies.
They did it right where they layered the nacho. Well, you said Maine, and then you brought me up there.
Yeah.
You go to Bar Harbor Brewery, they make and get a nacho. Oh my goodness, it was so good. It had the layers, so you can eat it, and you're getting like the chili and the chips on the different layers. Like they didn't just throw all the stuff on the top and you get a bunch of chips on the bottom and it's terrible. They had layers of cheese and it was enough for days. But that being said, you drink some of this, you're going to need some of them nachos anyway.
Nachos be going great.
I'm going to officially applaud my brother over here. This is the hands down the best find of the year. These are crazy good. I don't recommend paying secondary or anything like that, but if you can steal it for the $43, or even, I would pay upwards of $100, easy, because we pay that for bookers.
I was just gonna say,
easy.
I
might even go to $150, and we haven't crossed, we haven't crested that $100 mark yet. We haven't. I've been trying hard not to.
And I send them videos or pictures. What about this 125 specialty, extra special? I wouldn't go.
I might go 200 for this one. That's how good I like this. Wow. I'm telling you, because it's way more than that. But If I didn't ever try it before, now that I've tried it, I wouldn't go that price because we got it for this price, so then I would be stingy like I always am. But
that you are.
Hands down, if I saw this at 100, I'd snag it in a minute. Yeah. In a minute.
Jessica, we'll be talking to you.
Yeah, in a minute, I would snag it for 100. In a minute. Might, but I don't know if I could go to 200, but this is that good. This is that good.
It's almost Booker's good. Yes.
That might be a future Sunday fun day. We might have to throw this in one of the
It's definitely going to be a Sunday fun day.
We might have to throw it in the mix. Ooh, that's going to be a rough one. We're going to have to do one that day.
That's going to be, yeah. Because that's...
They're all 121, 122.
Yeah, thanks. I know what they are.
And this one's 128. Yeah.
You could be close. I'm still a Booker's fan, but you could be close. It's a long memory. That's a long time ago.
Because we don't drink them unless we do it in
neither one of us.
A lot of this stuff I try to keep away from myself. Like this is fair game because we but all of the better bottles I try to save,
except for the benchmark. Try to hold on.
It's fair game. Don't throw the elbows on that benchmark, but. You know, we can't get it. Again, I can't believe it.
I keep saying, I know. Sooner or later, I'm going to tape the bottles and say, no benchmark.
I know, I keep trying not to. I've only drank like I've tried, well, when Steve comes over, we venture into them every once in a while. But
I would just like to keep them because we
can't get them.
Absolutely can't get them.
Because we can't get them. In Massachusetts, they don't come up here. But all right, this has been a long one.
It was.
Phenomenal. Hands down, if you can find it for a reasonable price, I highly, highly recommend it.
I would say all of 125 and below, it's well worth it.
It's saying something. We haven't even crossed 100.
We have,
and I've been pushing it to 150, 200. This is crazy good.
I'm saying, what do we?
There is a fruity aspect.
It's 45 for us, and I won't get it again.
You know what I'm getting? It's not the fruit. Smell it again. You get any of the butterscotch in the back. Now that it's been sitting in my glass this long, because all of these have been bringing me all of this company. Buffalo Trace brings me to
lovely.
It is with a tiny hint of the butterscotch that I get from all of the Buffalo Trace. It is phenomenal. All right. That being said, thanks for watching.
This is very, very good.
It's right up there with the best we have. Hands down. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Good luck.
I'm getting a hint of the butterscotch. It's not so much the fruit.
I'm not getting heavy fruit.